Well, hello and welcome to all of our viewers here today. I'm Fiona Lang-Sharp, IBCLC Director of Communications and MC here at Gold Learning. I'm very excited. We're talking all about neonatal units this week and delighted to have a very special guest back with us here, Karen Lasby. She's going to be joining us live once again at our Gold Neonatal Conference. But let me just get you up to speed on all that's happening here. We do open up really soon for the live conference on May 31st. Now, this date is going to be really important to you. You can mark it on your calendars right now. But this is going to have a free and open access content for you that day. So no cost to you. You can just register online at goldneonatal.com and come and join us all for our opening keynote with Terry Moran. So that's going to be just a little gift to all of you. And then if you're interested in joining us for the entire conference and you're planning on registering, don't forget to get in your groups. That's going to give you some more cost savings, of course. And you can come and join us at this conference. This conference is just a fabulous conference that connects people internationally around the world. And I know so many people appreciate it. Who have joined us in the past, the participants, but I'll tell you that the speakers actually love it even more. I feel they love to share what they have been doing and connect with others who are like-minded. So with that, let's bring in Karen Lasby. Karen has been with us before here at Gold Neonatal, but for those of you who don't know her, Karen, welcome back. It's good to have you here.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be back at Gold.
Yes. And it was so easy. I mean, the invite to you was so easy. You know, honestly, Karen, you're lovely to work with, but you're also so passionate, articulate about what you do. And I know you have spoken internationally. And that's why, you know, obviously we wanted you to come in and speak to us. And this is going to be a great topic. And we'll get into the topic in just a moment. I will tell everybody that it is called Zooming Ahead, Post-NICU Discharge, Very Low Birth Weight Infant Follow-Up Program Goes Virtual. I almost said viral, but I mean, maybe it did. Okay. Maybe it did, but it went virtual. So we're going to get into a topic in a minute, but hey, listen, you do lots and you have done lots in your career, but so catch us up. What's happening now? It's been a busy couple of years, I know. So tell us what's going on right now for you.
Well, you know, it really is business as usual because we had a little hiatus for a short time where there were not as many premature births. However, that only lasted for about a month. And we are right back at our preterm birth rate.
Wow.
So mothers are having lots of preterm babies and small for dates babies. So our program is needed as much as ever. So in fact, there's such a demand on our program that it has led me to pose some questions about how we provide our service. And that's what I'm really excited to be able to share with your audience.
Ooh, well, this is sounding very intriguing. So for folks who don't know, tell us about your standard program that you talked about last time you were here and what it entails, because it is still very unique. I talk about it all the time, thinking that someone's going to say, oh, we do that. Very few people are still doing this, correct? I'm not wrong, right?
You are absolutely correct. Sadly, there are not enough programs like ours around the world. So we are, you know, we all know, we're all in the neonatal field and we know that these babies are vulnerable. We know that they have special needs. They need to be nurtured with extra tender loving care. And they do in many cases develop beautifully, and we can just kind of launch them and say best wishes for a lovely life. But in the meantime, how can we support these babies to get over many of their morbidities that are plaguing them? And there's so much that parents struggle with. It's really hard on families and they feel very hopeless and helpless when they're dealing with these common everyday problems, challenges that these babies present. So our program was designed to be a facilitator, to be a coach, to be a mentor for families to take care of these challenges that these premature babies have after they leave all that multidisciplinary, high-tech, high-touch care in the NICU. So we don't just say, see ya in the NICU, we actually do say, come along, we'll continue to hold your hand for a bit longer. So our program has thrived since 1999. So we've been here quite a number of years, and we are happy to share our results and our handouts and our charting documentation. We're happy to help anybody launch a similar program.
Wow. Well, you heard it here first. Again, folks, Karen is ready to journey with you. So if you're in a NICU and you want to know more about this program, and you did hear correctly, she stays with the families. Well, not just you, but not physically, but stays on the journey with the families post-NICU. And that's what this unique program is about. And I love sharing this. I mean, it has really resonated with me as a parent who has been in the NICU, and I was well-resourced. I was one of those unique parents that was well-resourced. I knew to put things in place, but there are many families that are not, and they don't have that luxury. They wouldn't even know where to begin because it's not in their network, right? They're all very smart, caring, loving parents. But if you're not, if you don't know what's available, what you don't know is what you don't know,
Absolutely.
And having folks who are directly linked to your care, your primary care in the NICU, who can then help you transition. Boy, I don't think there's a parent out there that wouldn't say that is not helpful. They would all hands down. Any parent I've ever talked to has said, wow, I wish I'd had that. I wish that was part of my journey.
Absolutely.
So here we are. I mean, you're offering it up again, and that is beautiful. So yeah, if you're listening in right now and you're in the NICU, you might want to hit up Karen Lasby. All right, let's get into this topic. So I'm going to read the title again. I'm going to hit you up with a couple of questions because I find this fascinating. Okay. And before you tell me anything about it, and we're going to keep people on the hook here a little bit because we really want you to come to this session. It's going to be very important. Karen's got her research to share with you. I have to say, you're always so good at this, Karen. Like, you come with the goods, right? Which is what people love in the NICU. They're like, okay, but and Karen always seems to answer that but. So here's the title: Zooming Ahead, Post-NICU Discharge Very Low Birth Weight Infant Follow-Up Program Goes Virtual. So here's the thing I really was thinking about. I work in a lot of community groups with people. I'm on Zoom all the time. And, there is this element that people are now saying quite negative things about virtual stuff. I mean, it's not me because I live here. This is my domain. I know that it works for me and my participants, clients potentially, but there's still people that are kind of like, whoa, no,
Yeah.
So in that, you started this project before COVID, is that right?
It took 9 months to birth this project. It's a pilot project.
Yeah.
So we started September before COVID hit North America.
Right. So, before we even knew.
Yeah. And we had to go through the legal department, and then we had to go through, all the tech IT people. And was this going to be accepted? Is this safe? And we had a lot of questions, and we, like you, we wondered, would families kind of go, no, thank you. This is too impersonal. And so you'll have to wait for my presentation to find out what parents actually thought of virtual care.
Yeah. Okay. So this is very interesting to me. And again, I don't know why we didn't connect the dots sooner that we potentially could provide care. I mean, there's been a lot of talk in telehealth, is the other language that is used. Good old fashioned triaging on the phone used to be actually a thing. And then, then it wasn't. And, now I feel like all of a sudden, I'm talking to my gynecologist on the phone. I'm like, whoa, what is this? Like, not the medical professionals in the other, nurses and so forth in the office. The actual gynecologist called me. I'm like, wow, what is happening?
Yeah.
So, okay. So we're going to wait and hear more of the results. Can I ask you maybe if this is part of your presentation, you don't want to tell me, but I am curious. Why did you not try this sooner? Like, why 2019?
Good question. It's been actually on our mind for quite a while, but telehealth was just kind of becoming accepted, and for patient care,
Mm,
more in a rural setting. So if you've got a visiting home nursing program that drives within the city boundaries, it sort of was, that'd be a great idea. But could we do it? And do we have the equipment to do it? So we needed more than just a Zoom connection. We needed scales. And would families feel comfortable weighing their baby in the
ah,
home? And would
right,
they, would they overuse that scale? Would it actually increase their stress in the home? Having that
right.
scale and thinking, I'm going to weigh them every day like they did in the NICU. Is that going to be a healthy thing for these families? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, I can see that being an extremely valuable question. We have discussed that as part of our lactation program before, when things are not going well, that, there can be some almost obsessive behavior,
Hmm.
as well, a
Yeah.
lot of fear around equipment. Um, well, goodness
Yeah.
me, I feel like we're just going to have to wait and see for sure. I find it interesting that we haven't tested these things sooner. And I've been in the field for a long time, like yourself, and we did use the phone for a short period of time, until it was deemed not appropriate, for whatever reason,
Yeah. Yeah.
for all the reasons that we have to go through the legalities of making sure that things are safe and secure, which is, of
Hmm.
course, extremely important. One last question before I go. I'm just pushing you, right? I'm just gonna get it out of you. Did you model this off somewhere else, or did you do this on your own?
We did this 100% on our own. I knew 10 years ago, not even 10 years, 8 years ago, we had because we only provide our service, the neonatal transition team service within Calgary,
Mm-hmm.
and rural outside, we're calling it rural, but there's many cities outside of
Sure.
Calgary that don't receive our service. We wondered, how could we extend our service to those families and
Mm,
nurses in the outside of our visiting boundary? So we lent these telehealth phones. Honestly, the screen was smaller than what we have on our smartphones. It was so grainy, I couldn't tell anything. I couldn't tell if I was looking at a teddy bear or a baby.
right.
But we would phone these families while the public health nurse was there, and
Ah,
we had good results from that. Family said, "Oh, it's so nice to connect up with a specialist from Calgary."
right.
So that's been percolating in the back of our
Percolating.
minds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I just asked that because again, for folks listening in, is there a model available? There might be a model available now, but you didn't actually use a certain model, elsewhere. And I'm not surprised. And the reason I ask that is because I know that you know how to build programs. And I think that that's what you're confident in. Even though your program has been going for a long time, it's gone through many transitions as you've improved care. And even today, you said, I'm reevaluating. I'm
Yeah.
reevaluating what we're doing, which is significant. I like that.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
like that a lot. Yeah, that's wonderful.
We don't like status quo.
No, I mean, and it's good practice.
Yeah.
If you're in practice, when you see something, just because it's been done over and over and over again, doesn't mean that it's working. And as a professional, we should know and do better in those
Yeah.
circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well said.
absolutely. Well, thank you. I mean, always fun. And I mean, I can't wait, honestly, to hear it. I will tell the folks, I had a little inside scoop to this, but I didn't see it all. And Karen hasn't shared any more with us yet.
Mm,
And I'm
mm, mm.
just, I really am looking forward to this, because I know that whatever the results are, it will help people make decisions, of what to do next, and, how to improve care. And that's what I know, that's what you're all about. So teasing aside, appreciate your work. Thank you for doing the research. Thank you for always being a leader, in this area of the NICU, and always caring about our families first. So really
Yeah.
appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fiona.
And thank you to all of our viewers. I'm glad that you were able to sit in on this conversation, another important one here at our Gold Neonatal Conference. Don't forget, Karen Lasby is going to be here with us live. Now, I say this because it means that you can all come and ask questions on the day. All right. You can go to the website right now, check in on the day that she's going to be available to you in your country, because we know we have lots of people coming in from around the world. And if you can't come live, that's okay too. It's all going to be recorded. You can catch up on the recorded version, and we have those exclusive forums that you'll be able to ask questions. So, but don't delay. Go to the website right now, goldneonatal.com. You can register for this event, and we will look forward to seeing all of you online. Thank you again to Karen Lasby for joining us here today, and of course to all of you, our viewers. Bye-bye for now, everyone.